Welcome to the 2013 Las Vegas SHOT Show. Except this isn't actually it. This is me, 3 o'clock in the morning, in my hotel room, jet lagged all to death. There's an 8-hour time difference over here, and it really does show when you've been travelling as long as we have. You've come over here, you had a few beers, something to eat, bit of a kip, at least 3 showers so far, and I'm ready to go. But just for once, Vegas isn't. But everything awaits us. There's even air guns here on the SHOT Show channel as we watch. And I can't wait to get started. Apparently it's bigger and better than ever, but they would say that. We'll see it for ourselves as soon as we go in. Now, I'm going to shut down for a while, maybe have a mooch around outside, see what's going on, and in no time at all, I'll be back at the SHOT Show. I absolutely love it. I want to show you why. See you in a minute. This really couldn't be anywhere else in the world, could it? Look, I'm at the SHOT Show, nicely refreshed, really ready to go. Floor after floor of shooting related, hunting related kit, and I can't wait to get at it. Here we are, Spyderco. As you can see, rack after rack after rack. Excellent practical knives. The design is subtle, it changes a little bit. We've now got all the flash colours and stuff in, but they're still the same knives they always were. Very well made, easy to use, hold a good edge, realistically priced. They're not cheap, they're not mad either. Everybody seems to like Spyderco, you don't hear any sort of bad stuff about them, and we'll be getting as many of these in for test as we possibly can. Welcome to one of the true success stories of British shooting, Night Sight. They've been around for under 2 years, this lot, and I first spotted them at a Newark show, but they first showcased at a Blenheim Game Fair. Basically, you've got a camera that goes on the scope and shows you exactly what's going on through your scope. You don't have to re-zero, you plug it all in and you just shoot. You alter your shooting position somewhat, and people are getting used to it now, and it's becoming really popular. It's affordable, it works, it's easy to understand, and you don't need a dedicated night sight shooting unit. You don't need a rifle turned over to it. Here's a big development though. See this little thing here? That's a live poly battery. Really lightweight, fixes on the side of the gun there, on the stock, and gives a 4-hour run time. That's 4 hours on solid. Now that really is progress. They've made quite a few other things. They're moving on all the time. They've adjusted the plug-in points at the back there. They've got a point for the camera. They've altered it so that the long throw bolt won't get in the way of it. It's more practical. I'm sure there are more things to come. In fact, I know there's at least one, and I'll be coming back here to talk about it. This is exciting stuff. British company, really doing well, and now they're over here at the SHOT Show in Las Vegas. Well done, boys. I'll take my hat off to you. It's pretty traditional in this little film of mine to show you a vehicle. Here's my chosen one. This is on the Gerber stand, look. We've got a Honda 90, all done up with a dirty great machete and things on it. That's strapped to the front. Monstrous great pair of cow horns. Couple of canoes on the roof, as you would. Everything loaded to the hilt. Shooting wagon, outdoor recreational type deal. You could get it for 100,000, I bet. You might take a bid on it, but it'd be brilliant rocking up to the old club in this, wouldn't it? Look at that. They do it out here. For some reason or other, the canoe's got hello trouble on it. I suppose once you see the bottom of the canoe, you would be in a bit of grief, but they love it out here. They do. They love their hunting, they love their shooting, and they are not ashamed to show it, are they? 1 or 2 sponsorship badges, look. Absolutely excellent. And they've got the space to utilise it too. I'm on the BSA stand, and here we have the Ultra SE in US format, look, with the ball barrel. Looks quite pretty. Integrated silencing technique, tactical stock, ambidextrous, looking good. Exactly the same as ours, except for that ball barrel. Now I know what's going to happen now. you're going to write to me and phone me and say, why can't we have that? Well, I'll ask BSA for you and we'll see what they say. But in the meantime, that is a pretty looking little thing. Moving up, here's something that is a bit more purposeful. This is the Scorpion, but it's a Scorpion 1200 because that's the FPS figure, feet per second, of the 2.2 pellet that comes out of it. Obviously way above 12 foot-pounds, built specifically for the US market. And just to get a size comparison with the Ultra, there you are. She's a long old beast, but I've just been sort of handling it and it handles really well. So there you are, that's the FAC American made Scorpion, looking just as purposeful and mean as anything else in that matte black stock. There is a ton of stuff out here, and of course all the BSAs, look, there's the R10, all the BSAs will be in with the parent company of Gamo. So what we're going to do now is move over and see some Gamos, and if ever an air gun has come on, the Gamo has. Let's go and have a look at them. Here we are with the Gamos. Now I know I said this last time I was here, that Gamos have come on and they used to be regarded as sort of blinking guns. Well, they're not. These are serious hunting air guns. Many of them powered by the IGT system, which is inert gas technology, basically a gas ram. Brake barrels, a lot of them. Most of these are FAC, doing incredible amounts of foot-pounds. And they're really taken off over here. You can see them actually advertised on the telly, and they're on some of the hunting shows, so you know they've arrived. And I have to say that rifles as good as this, they actually look the part as well as shoot it. Gamo taking it seriously now, and it shows. Here's a neat little number, US specific. There's a very popular TV series out here called The Bone Collector, and Gamo have got a dedicated rifle for it in a sort of a pleasing green and black contrast, brake barrel. It's got a big old cockinade on the front there, comes with the scope. Just an interesting sort of product development, really. As I say, Gamo are on it. If there's an area to expand, they're in it. They do mean business, believe me. Here's something different from Gamo again. It's the less than PC named Lethal pellet that they're claiming has got unsurpassed aerodynamic stability, and they're trying to prove it. This is a two-piece pellet. It's got a polymer outer and a copper coated, I believe it's steel inner. Now, if you think you've seen all that before, you haven't. It isn't, and never has been, as stable as this. This is an air tube. That little mark you can see there, that little black dot, that's a pellet. When I bang this, you should see it move around, you see? It's just moving around, and then it will stabilise itself, as it is. Now, the first reports we've got back from these things it's absolutely amazing as far as accuracy and penetration and all that goes. But of course, it's got to be proven. We've got to show it works. So we'll be having some. There's the gelatin test there. Look, it's all going on the screen. I'm still not entirely sure about that name, but if it works as well as they claim it works, then we can soon change that. To me, this is a breakthrough, but only the testing will tell, and I'm really looking forward to it. I know Phil Price will be absolutely raving to get at this. So let's give it a go, see how they work. Here's something new from Gamo. This is the IGT Camo Rocket. What it is a brake barrel, inert gas technology powered rifle, lightweight, under 6 pounds. It comes with a barrel shroud, so it's nice and warm and non-slip, and it also comes with a 4x32 scope and mounts. This thing has only been in the UK shops for a little while, and from our contacts, especially at Youngman's, Great Yarmouth, they are selling loads of these things. It comes with the uprated Gamo trigger, which really is uprated. You've got to try this to believe it. Superb piece of kit, great way of getting into the hunting game, does the job, affordable, comes complete. Next time you're around the Yarmouth area, check in at Youngman's. He'll give you the full spec. Here's where BSA goes seriously tactical. And one day, one of these days, I will find out what tactical means. And this is the place to find out. But look, we got a ton of stuff here. There's little flashlights, as they call them over here, torches to us. Red lasers. We've got the green lasers as well. It really is. The range of stuff from BSA now is absolutely amazing. Again, there's that word tactical. There are more new scopes coming through. Mount systems. Just about everyone you can imagine. All with the BSA brand. And look at all the torches. These are seriously powerful stuff. 160 lumens, 180 lumens, down to 140. Tactical red dot with the laser. Sights with mounting systems on them. Again, all from BSA. And just literally around the corner, here we go. Here's another wall with the scopes on it. And some of the scopes are even turkey hunter stuff, so you can see, and bow hunter, so you can see they're designed for the US market. But all the red dots can definitely come over here. And Simon Moore, the BSA general manager, is here, and he's making out a short list, and he's asked me to give my input to see which sort of products that our readers and our air gunners would like. I'll be very happy to do that. There's a sexy little sight there, look, with a laser and a torch on the side of it. There really is, I think, literally a ton of stuff here, and a lot of it is going to be coming our way. We look forward to that in 2013. We've already seen one hunting vehicle, but I cannot go past this thing. This is from Under Armour, you know, the underwear gear. Look at the length of it. It's got to be 25 foot long. Amazing bit of kit. Huge, great bumpers on the front there. Oh, I'm going to have to go past these wonderful ladies and have a look. There we go. Look at the subtle camo digital on there. Bit of ground clearance. Not much. Little bull bar on the front. What a tool that is. Road armour. Oh yeah. That'd be economical as well. You'll do 50 miles to the garage, I should think, on that. Dirty grey KC spotlights. You could spend some serious money out here, couldn't you? Look at that foldy in. It's got the foldy in door mirrors. Wonderful. It's got this sort of high grip finish here, so that whatever you hit with this thing stays stuck on it, I think. So you can have some evidence later on, or a bit of lunch perhaps. Lovely. Yep, that's another one for the bucket list. There you go, here's a clever idea. Mount your iPhone to your scope. It's all about the adapter. Look, you can see it's a tube with all sorts of locking screws. Get it dead central. And of course the way the iPhone works, however you turn it, it'll orient the field of view. And it's just another way of recording what you're doing out in the hunting field. Clever stuff. Very clever stuff. Well, I've got to say, I'm not sure about this stuff. Really? Well, I don't know. Might be worth a try. Right, you can learn a lot of this shot show, and here's my latest technique I'm going to be doing fairly soon. Gentleman here works for Realtree. I can just see myself giving it some of this. Watch this boy move. Seen him on YouTube a few times.
Telling me that you'll be sweet, and you never wanna leave my side. As long as I don't break these promises, and it still felt awesome, wasted on myself. Promises, and it still felt awesome, wasted on myself. Promises, and it still felt awesome. Wasted on myself. Promises,
go. Reminds me of myself when I was younger. Blimey. Here's something new. Rabbit mist. I think rabbit hit would be better off for us lot, but out here they've got a whole industry on scents, as in smell. The control of it, the use of it, control of human odour, and the introduction of various attractive smells for our quarry. We don't have that at all. Nothing like it at all. And I'm just wondering why. Because these guys actually do build entire, there's half a hall over here devoted to this stuff. And it must work because there's so much of it. But we don't ever do it, do we? We don't do anything like it. But rabbit mist I thought was quite amusing. It is actually to attract coyotes, so I guess it would be for foxes over where we are. But it would be interesting for somebody to get hold of some of this stuff and give it a proper go. Something else to think about, I guess. And that's why I'm out here. There we go, we've had a brilliant day at the SHOT Show. Fantastic, we've walked for miles and miles and miles. Thought I'd show you a bit of the strip for those who haven't seen it. There's Caesar's Palace, big old gaff that. Right next door to my favourite hotel, the Bellagio. I haven't stayed in it anything like enough. Bit of traffic on the old boulevard at the moment. Elvis on the iPod, fittingly. That's the Flamingo, I believe. Bit of Eiffel Tower action going on over there, look. All sorts of walkways. Wonderful place. Totally classy, obviously. All genuine architecture you're looking at there. Nothing just trumped up. Trumped up, get me. Alright, tonight we'll be wining and dining with clients, in bed by 8 o'clock. Strictly straight home. Ready for another day. There you go. Let's see if we can see a fountain or two at the Bellagio. No, they're not on at the moment. Must have not paid the water bill. But there you go. Maybe you get yourself a few bob laying around. Book yourself a stay in that place there. Pretty wonderful gaff that. As is Vegas. And maybe we'll come past and catch that when the fountains are going. Right, we're going to turn into our hotel. So I'll shut this down and I'll see you at the show tomorrow. You got to see this. I'm in Fremont Street. This is the biggest video screen in the world. Right above us, all the way down there. We've got Don McLean singing American Pie. It's absolutely brilliant. Brilliant sound effects, superb graphics. Here we go. We've got a few Starship type troopers dancing about here. Look. Elmo from, I think it's him, Spider-Man's walking about. Batman and Elvis are way up there. There's a gold cowboy jigging about there for some reason or other. And the pirate lady. This is Vegas. Truth to tell, it's quite impressive, I've got to say. Oi, here we go. Oh, very pleasant. It's a good job no cold beers have already been taken though. This could disorient a chap. Fremont Street, baby. There you go. Nice little touch of what goes on out here. Well, this is a SHOT Show and this is America, and as I've told you before, everything is bigger here, but it's not much bigger than the Bushnell stand. Look at this lot. Bushnell's absolutely huge. And it takes in loads of other companies and loads of products, tons of them. It's not all rifle scopes, although of course there are plenty of those to see. But this, I think it's this stand and maybe the Realtree in our sector, that's the biggest of them all, I think. As you walk through, the carpet's about 2 foot deep, and you've got the gun care range, look. Tactical stuff, that word again. Just everything, the footwear. And of course the cameras. This is a massive company. Global presence now.
How are you doing?
So much to see. If I can grab somebody, we'll get a few specifics. But it's early in the morning and everyone's looking all gritty and determined and businesslike. So I'll come back later on when I can grab someone. I'm on the Carles stand, Carles of Austria, builders of very, very high class optics. This is their new prototype of their new field target scope. Now, it's a 10 to 50 by 56. On 50 mag, this thing will focus down to 8 yards. That's incredible. But what is amazing about it is that wheel on the top, because that's the focus. That's the focusing mechanism. And Carles have got the patent on this, and that's why everyone else has their wheel on the side. Now, look at that turret system. See that little red and white pole thing sticking out the middle? Each one of those divisions represents one revolution of the turret. So it's instantly visible how far around you've gone. The focusing is smooth. As I say, it goes from 8 on full power out to infinity on full power. I can't show you the quality of the glass through this camera, but believe me, it's impeccable. It's right up there with the very best in the world. Now, this isn't going to be cheap. You can bet your life on that. And I'd say it's been built to take on the big Schmidt and Bender. But they've done it for field target. They think it's an important enough sport to develop an entire scope for. And of course, I would agree with that. This is a special optic. When they're ready, they're coming our way. And they're coming my way as soon as they've got a finished item. Carles, watch out for them. They want to be big. And they know what they're doing. Every year at SHOT Show we come to see Crosman, and every year they got some new stuff for us. So we're going to take you through quite a selection of their new gear, and the best man to do it is Edward King, the main man in the UK. ASI are the UK agents for Crosman, and Edward's here with a nice little pistol. Take it away, Edward.
Yes, to start with, the massive number of new models here. We're going to be here for a while, I guess, Terry. This is the new model 1911 BB, which is what I would call a solid state pistol.
It's all metal, isn't it?
It is all metal. It has CO2 12-gram capsule in the grip, as is now common for a lot of pistols. It's got a grip safety as well, which is a very nice feature and a first for Crosman. Full blowback action as well. So very exciting, very realistic use.
Multi-shot, solid in the hand.
Yeah.
You get
great weight.
Yeah, it's nice. A nice looking bit of kit. Right.
Yeah.
Let's move on and go around the corner.
So, next up in the line, here we have the Benjamin Trail NP pistol. NP, of course, stands for nitro piston, which is their inert gas technology. Nitrogen-filled ram inside the cylinder. Extremely smooth to cock, very quiet to use, no vibration, totally twang-free, as we say.
Totally twang-free technology.
Totally twang-free technology.
Triple T.
Indeed. Anyway, it's a nice weight, it's well balanced in the hand. It comes here with a barrel extension, which is principally used as a cocking aid, but can actually be left on it because it does a certain amount of sound moderation at the same time. This will be available in 177 later in the spring.
Do we have any idea of retail price on that?
No, but it's what we call a medium price point.
Right.
So it's not a cheap pistol, and it's for the mature market.
Okay, single shot, break barrel,
Indeed.
gas ram pistol, looking good. Okay, onward. Everybody wants really compact pre-charged pneumatics, and they're not going to come a lot more compact than the Woodswalker from the Marauder range. Here we go. It's a magazine-fed bolt-action repeater. Edward's going to explain the rest. Away you go, Edward.
Thank you. Well, I'm not sure whether it's politically correct to call a gun sexy now, but if we can, then this is surely at the sexy end
It's
of
a
sexy.
sexy looking little thing, especially with that camo finish.
I was going to say, with a wonderful Realtree finish, obviously, which is very much de la mode now.
Yeah.
But using the Marauder technology, clearly, which is PCP, and the fully shrouded barrel, which keeps it as quiet as you like. Straightforward charging by unclipping the end there. 8-shot magazine, I believe.
We'll
Stop
check.
it for a minute. We'll just check that. But out it pops. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-shot magazine.
8-shot mag, plenty.
Which is absolutely fine.
Weighs about 3.5, 4 pounds, I think.
That's right. It's very light, but it's actually very nicely balanced as well. We have great hopes for this. As a general hunting gun, it ticks about all the boxes that you really wanted to tick.
I'm looking. I think that you can have that as a purpose-built ratter, or as something that you can sort of put in your sort of backpack.
Yeah, definitely.
I know there's at least quite a few Americans use these. They go out hunting turkeys with them.
Yeah.
And because they're so small, they can carry them for long periods, find their turkey, knock him down, and carry him back.
Indeed.
But for the UK
actually,
market,
the shape itself lends itself to being put in a pack or some kind of holster.
Yeah.
So that you're not having to carry it all the way. So when you're going to your hunting ground, you can have your hands free for doing other things.
this is fitted with a red dot. Obviously, a scope will go on that.
Absolutely.
No problem
You've
at
got
all.
a standard dovetail mount on the top there.
Excellent. What a nice piece of kit. Now, here's a big question, and I'm doing it on film.
Yes.
When can we have one to test?
You can have one to test later on in the spring. We are just doing the fine-tuning on the power level so that we keep it within the UK power level and also Tampa evident.
Right. So this is a watch this space coming soon.
Definitely.
But it's definitely coming.
But it is definitely coming.
Okay then. Well, there you go. Look, if you want yourself a dedicated rifle or a superb second hunting gun, think about this one. Save your pennies. This will be here in the spring. On to the next one.
Cheers.
What we're looking at here is the new Crossman pump. I've seen it before, but now it's almost ready. It's going to be here in the UK in around about April. Edward, what's it called and what's so special about it?
Well, this is basically the latest in pump technology as devised by Crossman. The key, as you can see, is the cantilevers and all the links in the action. It makes it very easy to pump up and down, but you maximize your effort every time that you bring the lever up. It's an ideal thing to complement any PCP user, because clearly what we all fear with the pump is having sore shoulders at the end of the exercise.
Yeah, if it's too hard, it's something you buy and don't use. But
exactly. But this is one you can buy and use.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea at all on retail on this one?
Not at the moment.
But it won't be astronomical.
It'll be Crossman prices, so competitive and well positioned in that market sector.
Excellent. Well, it looks good. Again, you'll be sending us one for test as soon as it arrives in the UK.
As soon as we got one.
And this could be the answer to many prayers, I think.
Indeed.
On for the next one. There's a guy out here, very well-known hunter called Jim Shockey, and he's one of Crossman's consultants. And this is the Jim Shockey signature rifle. What we've got here is an adjustable cheek piece. We've got a synthetic stock, soft inserts for handling, brake barrel, noise suppression there, cocking aid, full-size adult rifle. Edward, is there anything more we need to know about this rifle?
Well, actually, Terry, you seem to have summed up pretty well in your own intro all the key features of this rifle. I would merely say that Jim Shockey is a very well-known hunter in this country, and he was instrumental in designing this. He is very keen on airgun hunting now, and works very closely with Crossman.
Yeah, I've seen him on the Outdoors channel and
Yes,
things like that.
exactly.
The guy's the real deal, isn't he?
And he very much understands and appreciates the key elements of airgun hunting and all the advantages that it can bring, not only in terms of the quietness and the stealth that goes with it, but also the fact that it reaches a much wider and a much broader base, starting with youngsters, and it teaches them fieldcraft and responsibility of firearms.
Brilliant. And this particular package, will it be sold rifle only, or is it going to be
It will
sold?
be sold as a package with center point 3-9x40
So it'll have
adjustable
that-
objective scope.
That scope on.
It will come
With
with
it.
the whole thing, absolutely.
Absolutely excellent. Well, the good news goes on for Crossman, and we've got one or two more to do yet. So let's move on. As it says on the sign, this is the Crossman TR77 NPS. I'll let you read the features there for a minute or two, and then we'll hand it literally over to Edward. So Edward, looks like Crossman have gone tactical, mate.
Crossman have indeed gone tactical, but this is not actually for you to take out into the jungles or the desert with you.
No.
This is actually, it's a classic break barrel air rifle. Clearly, I don't need to introduce the concept. It has got a nitro piston inside it, so you get all the advantages of smooth cocking, consistency between shots, and very quiet use. Once again, totally twang-free technology. This one, being the tactical version, has got a slightly shorter barrel than the standard TR77. It will come with a 4x32 scope. It's got quite a nicely styled stock.
It's actually
doesn't appeal to absolutely everybody, but given that it's a tactical design, it actually fits and handles very nicely in the hand and the shoulder.
And what sort of power levels is this?
Well, this will come out so it fulfills the sub 12 foot-pound.
So it'll be 11 plus.
It'll be 11 plus, indeed. Currently only a 177.
Right.
We're looking, if possible, at making a 2.2 version, but that will be down the line, Terry, and we'll have another conversation about that.
We certainly will. Well, something for everyone from Crossman these days. No doubt about it.
That is one of the great appeals of the Crossman brand, is that there is literally something for the starter and takes you right up to mature, proper adult air
like we are.
Indeed.
Mature adult air gunners like we are. And one of these days, a man of your exquisite education will tell me what tactical actually means, because I've singly failed to discover the meaning of the thing, but it's everywhere we look.
It is everywhere we look, and I think it's an expression, a terminology that's born in the United States, which comes from their fascination with anything which is military or semi-military. Given that the word tactic and strategy are beloved of military fans, anything which looks like it might fit into that category is automatically called tactical.
Right. I've got a tactical tin opener.
Yeah. Yes.
I have. It's tactical.
I have a tactical saucepan.
Right.
But
well,
my wife uses it for a totally different tactical purpose.
We better tactical off somewhere, and we may be back to catch you up again. By the time we get around the show, Crossman will have probably brought out something else.
Well, without doubt, Terry. We're already working on it.
I'll see you over in the UK, and send that stuff in for review. Okay.
We will do.
Cheers, mate.
All right. And just
see, I knew I hadn't finished it, Crossman. We've got the PowerShot pellets. Now, this is a composite pellet, and as yet untested by us. But as ever, I've got my order in. These will be winging their way towards us, and Phil Price will be on his bench rest, glued behind the scope as soon as he gets them.
So it's 2 177 and 1 22.
There you are.
Difference between the 177s is the weight of the pellet.
Usually is, Edward.
But it is it's a classic nylon skirted penetrator pellet, which should cause a few titters at the Workingham office.
We'll titter as soon as we get it.
It's already causing titters at the shot show.
Onward.
Anyway, beauties.
I'm on the Umarex stand, massive company Umarex, and this is one of their excellent CO2 pistols. This is the Beretta PX4 Storm Recon. Looks well sexy, and it's military green and black. It's got the sort of a ventilated silencer on the end there, big old Picatinny rail with a reflex sight on top, blowback I'm assuming. It's got a torch underneath. This is one of the kit guns. This will all come supplied in this, and just the sort of thing that Phil Price likes to get involved in for the mag. So we'll ask the kind folks at Umarex to send us one through, and we'll see how it stacks up. Here's a pretty little thing. It's still from Umarex. It's called the Baby Desert Eagle, nice and compact. See that sort of ventilated sight rail on the top, Picatinny design. Does 410 feet per second with steel BBs. Usual 12 gram CO2, 15 shot mag. What a nice little handful that is. Every time you come, Umarex have brought out something different, and that looks very nice. It's in direct sort of contrast size-wise to the full-size one next to it, but yeah, I can see that catching on. Right, this will make a nice change from the trucks. Look at this. See that front mud guard there? That's Bendy Arrows. This is one heck of a chopper. Dirty great pair of, I guess, elk antlers and a skull on the front there. Real tree finish on the tank. This is a Barnett bike, so that's the prod of for the handlebars, prod of a crossbow, I guess. All chromed. Look at that. There's a crossbow carrier down there. More real tree at the back. I guess that's a Gator leather seat. What a tool. My goodness, look at it. That is wonderful. I'm not a motorbike man at all, but that is something special. So this is the Barnett bike. Look at that. Big old belt drive there. What a fine thing. What a fine thing. Wild Game Innovations, apparently. Yeah, I can't see that being street legal somehow. Not in the UK anyway. You might get into a bit of a fix if those horns hit a pedestrian. But look at that. See the bendy arrows? Look, they go down into the flights on the front wheel. There's lights down there. It's a beautiful thing, no doubt about it. I never cease to be amazed here. Air Guns of Arizona then. Sort of an American airgun shop. But if ever you went there, I promise you'd find what the Americans would call a store like no other. I visited it at the end of last year, and it's an absolute revelation. It really is. The store itself is not huge. You'll see it featured in Airgun World, and you'll see some footage of it on the website fairly soon. But it's the staff and the philosophy. They've got champions in there. They've got gunsmiths. They've got absolutely dedicated, fanatical hunters, and they've got guys whose interest isn't in the guns themselves, isn't as rabid as mine is. And it's just right. So whoever walks through the door at Air Guns of Arizona will be catered for. Every level, at every single level. They sell the best guns, believe me. The lowest sort of starting price will be for one of the small spring-powered fire arcs, perhaps. And then they go all the way up through the Daystate range, as you can see here, including the Wolverine, all the FX guns, the all-conquering .30 caliber Boss, Viroc, full range of Viroc they carry. But again, it's not just the rifles, it's the way they are sold. And I think the best way to describe it is they are not sold at all. They are supplied, and they're supplied as the right gun for the job the customer wants to do at his level of sophistication and commitment. This, in my view, should be the way the guns are sold. Every customer gets to try it. They get a big screen readout of the pellets hitting the target. They get a bit of coaching on the bench rest in the shop, and they see the power, the consistency, everything their rifle does. It's a complete service, and it's an example to anybody who thinks about getting into this trade. As I say, I'll be doing a full expose on it in the mag and on the website, but it's a remarkable place. When you read Tracer Power, there's only one company that does that stuff, and that's Deben. Now, most of this you will have seen, but it's quite worth noting that the Li-Poly lightweight battery technology has found its way over here, and I think there's no going back now. There's no way that anything else is going to be powering people's hunting lamps. I mean, these things are just so incredibly light for the amount of power they do that you just simply could not go back on it. Now, these guys are using them to hunt coyotes and raccoons and things at many, many times the ranges we use with air guns, but they're still using the same technology as we do. Mostly handheld lamps, you'll notice. There will be the gun-mounted stuff, look, which is there, the lead ray range, but they're big on handheld, out of the vehicle sort of hunting. They do at greater range than we do, but it's the same technology, it's the same reliability, same amount of care gone into production, same service backup, and They're using the same gear we do, but I think it's fair to say we were using it first, which is pleasing. Tracer power, all the power you need without the weight penalty. I've got to be a bit careful here. I'm right in the middle of somebody else's meeting, but I thought you might want to see these. This is the new rifles from Hatsan. That's called the Galatian. It's got a under the barrel cylinder, usual multi-shot mag. But it's a heck of a variety here. Look, it's a skeleton stock one. I think this is pretty much the full-size rifle version of the pistol of this kind. Look at this one. This one's got a sort of like titanium look, sort of action block, adjustable butt pad, adjustable cheek piece, really nice checkering on the forend, and very, very nice side lever system. Quite sleek. Yeah, we'll ask Edward Brothers to send us a few of those and give you a better look. Sorry I can't film them any more detail, but I'm more or less sitting on a poor lady who didn't invite me to a meeting at all, so I'm being a bit rude. Anyway, there's the Hatsan Galatian. Look at that. Nice. There we are, chaps. A trio of, I believe they would be called Elvi, would they? The collective noun. There you go. Yeah, I'm. Yes, I think that's something we could get involved in. Air gunning Elvises. Wonderful. Here's another company that's really going places, Stoeger Air Guns. Here is its traditional range of break barrel sporters, but here is the ATAC suppressor. This is something different, mainly because it's powered by a gas ram. It's got a proper gas ram in there, lower vibration, lower recoil, greater consistency, lighter weight, the whole lot. This is in a synthetic tactical stock with a sling, Picatinny rail, solid, reliable construction, full power, coming to the UK any day soon. And again, we have got the first test booked. Look out for it. Before we leave Stoeger Air Guns, just thought I'd show you this one. This is a junior rifle. Look, foreshortened stock, nice little lightweight action, easy to cock, nice little barrel grip there, easy to use, traditional True Glow open sights, groove for a scope as well, two-stage trigger, big old thumb safety, just right for the kids. Definitely another one worth testing. Right, now this isn't strictly to do with air guns, but this is perhaps the future of scope technology here. We got laser rangefinders and 7 computer programs in there. The only thing you have to set is the windage, and here's the representation of it on the screen now. If you have a look, you'll see we've got inclination, left and right. It's got temperature. It's got the global positioning thing. It's range, wind mile an hour, everything. It's absolutely, it's called a total shooting solution. Everything, I mean, you kind of got to be there, that's all. But once that thing lines up, you just let it go, and that's it. It'll fire. When it lines itself up, it will fire. It's absolutely amazing. Have to explore the Realtree phenomenon. How about these? Look, kiddies, sort of, just to give the size, that's how big they are. Kiddies, cowboy boots in Realtree, and like pink Realtree, moccasins, little slippers. How cute is this? Look, that's what the gird is. Bit of a clog look going on there. Looks cloggy. Come around here, we've got wellies, all for the kiddies. And look, there's a muck boot styly Realtree girl. As we'll see in a minute, it's absolutely everywhere, this Realtree. They get into what they call the Realtree lifestyle thing now. But my kids were this small, there's no way I would be leaving this show without a little pair of these. Yeah. There's miles more to it. We whiz around here, look, there's a whole wall of them there for adults, all the same sort of things, but in adult styles. But as you'll see in a minute, Realtree is absolutely into everything. There you are, that's Gecko brands. Now these are what Realtree calls partners. That means other companies that take on the Realtree brands and work in association with them. And this is excellent stuff. These are, look, waterproof iPhone cases. They do them for iPads, iPods. They do these waterproof backpacks. These things are brilliant. Now this is lightweight. This is a totally waterproof, completely waterproof, weighs virtually nothing. And for me, when I go fishing, I put my sleeping bag and my change of clothes and stuff in these. They fold down, they pack down, you squeeze the air out of them, and this little thing ties up the top. No Velcro, no big closures or anything. They just use the folding mechanism to keep it waterproof. It's absolutely brilliant stuff. And so far, I've only ever seen it in green and black. These guys are doing it in full-on Realtree. And for your essential supplies, anything you want to keep waterproof, this is definitely where it is. Look, there's our iPad cover. If you open it up, the great thing about it is everything inside it is fully usable. So more and more of us take these things in the field, and it remains usable and totally protected. These are good ideas, and as I say, we've seen them all in all sorts of colours and stuff, but we've never seen it in Realtree, and it's our type of gear. And check it out the website, Gecko. Really worth checking it out, and we're hoping that certain connections can be made and we can see this sort of stuff over in the UK. They're good people, they know what they're doing, and it would be nice to see them in our country. Gecko, remember the name. Who on earth would have thought that there's a better way to do a hand cleaning tissue? Well, there is, and I've found it. See this Grime Boss stuff? One side of the tissue is sort of like rough, and it's almost an exfoliant, so it gets right deep into you and scrapes away anything that you want to get off your hands. This will clean off petrol, it'll clean off oil, like even stuff like fish oil, which I personally know absolutely reeks. And the great thing about this particular one is it leaves no odour, so if we're worried about stalking or leaving sort of scent on your hands, it won't do it. It's pleasant, it leaves your hands soft. It's a wonderful product, and there's a version of it in the UK, and I'm hoping that this stuff will be coming over. Simple things make a hell of a difference. This is one of them. Here's an interesting little scope. Look, a Leupold. Always like Leupold scopes. I did a lot of my competition work with them years ago. But look at this, 3-18 times 44. It's I think it's got a 34mm tube. I'm not entirely sure, but it's got a very complicated reticle. Chunky as all hell. Look at it. Just looks kind of right, really. But 3-18 times 44. That's a great spec. That cover everything for air gunning pretty much. Exciting little thing. I don't know if they're coming in or not, but have you check out the price. $2,023. Not cheap. Nice looking little tool though, isn't it? Mossy oak pen. Big old noise out here as well. All sorts of products, all sorts of patterns, saying all the right slogans. Look, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Massive presence, huge product range. Again, we'll be getting some of it. I don't know how much, but it's certainly effective. As you can see, over here they use bows. That means getting up close. That means good camo. We'll be exploring the range, seeing what it's got for us. Mossy oak. Already in the UK and set to get bigger. Anybody who reads my magazines will see me dressed up in Rivers West on a regular basis. It's because I genuinely use it and I genuinely love the stuff. Now, here's some new things going to be coming at us anytime soon. This is the Pioneer jacket. It's more of a fleece, very lightweight, flexible, lined, breathable, waterproof, really light, keep you warm, especially if you're active. It won't overheat you. Nice pockets. They're doing it in the camo patterns here, and they're also doing it in good old green, which we seem to like because we're a bit conservative. Some may say dull, but it's a lovely piece of kit. It's affordable. The best thing about all this is it's going to come out for about 50 quid. That's right, 50 quid for a Rivers West jacket. This sort of thing, you can wear this one in the field, hunting, fishing, whatever you want to do. Save this one for down the pub, and because they're 50 quid, I reckon you'll buy them both. I like it. It's got a nice hood on it, it's fully lined, it's comfortable, and it comes from that company there. And they don't do bad stuff. They do it right, and they get it right. You'll remember all their other range with the shoulder pads here. This is a fur-lined one. They got quite a range, and when it comes through to us, you'll be the first to know. Rivers West. Look for the label. You'll see it on me quite a lot. It's absolutely no good. I can't walk past these trucks. Look at this one. It's a Toyota TRD, I assume. What a tool that is. Look at this. Just about room for everything in the world inside, including your screen and what's going on around you. What a fantastic piece of kit. Massive wheels. Ground clearance of a Camel. Probably a V10 or something underneath. Wow. That's what you call a set of lights on the top there. Look at that. I could get quite into this. It's the Tundra. What a magnificent beast she is. Look at that. Lights all round. Assuming they're lights. Sure look like it. What we got? Tellies everywhere. Full control module in the back. Speakers. Blow your ears out. Wow. Yep, definitely the new company car. Got to have one. Right, that's it. I'm absolutely knackered is the word, I'm afraid. It's the end of the last day, and I'm ready to go. It's been fascinating, it always is. Ton of stuff to see. There are 3 gigantic halls here. You can't get around everything. But I've done my best. My feet are killing me. Time to get home, get a shower, have a kip. We're on a plane in the morning, and I've just heard that in the UK it's snowing hard, so I just hope the airports are open when we get there. So over and out from the 2013 SHOT Show from Las Vegas, and all being well, we'll meet here again next year. Ta-da! Hope you enjoyed it.